Let's be honest about the NBA trade deadline. It is super exciting, but if you need a major move, your team is not good enough to win the title. Guys that move don't normally win. Marc Gasol did 2 years ago, Rasheed Wallace in 2004, but it is super rare. Still, even knowing that, some front offices will make stupid mistakes. This video reacts to all the major deals, thank goodness we got some, and explains if they got you closer to a ring or ruin. Yo, it's Casey, and this is the beginning of AM Hoops, all the way back in December 2019. Now we're at over 110,000 subscribers. Thank you. But the secret to that growth was learning about YouTube. But the best one tool that I found is Skillshare. And it's a win-win because they are sponsoring today's video, and I'm gonna reveal my favorite course for YouTube growth. Here it is. His name is Jazza. He has over 5 million subscribers on YouTube, and he teaches in-depth how to be a YouTuber. Probably my favorite tip in all of this was how to write clickable titles, which I still use today. Really, Skillshare is all about learning, so there's no ads. They have thousands of classes for new skills or if you want to improve an old one, and they're always launching new premium courses. It's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. Skillshare legit helped me grow on YouTube, still does, and explore my creativity. You can test it out for free. The first 1,000 people to click the link down below in the description get to test out Skillshare Premium, and you help the channel. Thanks again to Skillshare. Now, we are not going to discuss every team, just the teams that made a deal or should have made a trade. So let's look at the teams that made smart deals and which teams set themselves back for years. The Chicago Bulls get a B+. I really like what the Bulls did because they've tried the draft and failed. 3 number 7 picks in a row and no franchise player. Some rumors said they could trade Zach LaVine. No, they are gonna go for it, which is smart. Nikola Vucevic is an all-star, excellent on offense. They also land Troy Brown for depth. Getting Lonzo Ball would have been amazing, but the Bulls' plan is build a competitive team that a superstar wants to come sign with. The Orlando Magic get an A. Look, it's not an A+ because I expected a bigger return for Vooch, but I love their plan. They are going to tank this season to get a high pick, then start building immediately. Orlando will have tons of cap space to use this summer, a $17 million trade exception for sending out Evan Fournier, plus a high pick in this draft. I expect Otto Porter Jr. to be bought out and join a contender like the Lakers. The Nuggets get a B+. Denver could not afford to stand pat with the West this good. They replaced Jeremy Grant's 3-and-D skills with Aaron Gordon. AG will be really useful against LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard. They also get JaVale McGee behind Jokic, which was just as much about keeping him from the Lakers as anything. I don't think this makes the Nuggets a contender. Kyle Lowry would have done that, so it's just a B+. The Celtics get a D. What a letdown. The C's use over half their trade exception on Evan Fournier. Yes, they sent out Jeff Teague, but that only leaves them about $12 million to spend after this year. I wanted Boston to wait till after the season to get a superstar if one becomes available. Look, I really like Fournier, scores an efficient 20 points, but the C's are irrelevant in the 2021 playoffs and offseason. I understand flipping Daniel Tice to get Mo Wagner. It gets them younger and under the luxury tax. The Blazers get a C+. Norman Powell is an upgrade over Gary Trent Jr., but that's not changing their playoffs. To me, this was more about the Blazers front office making a move to keep Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum happy. Those guys couldn't sit there and watch other teams upgrade while their team did nothing. Congrats on getting better offensively, but that's not what they needed, and it's not enough. The Bucks got an A-. Milwaukee wasn't even on the radar for PJ Tucker, and they get him for very little. I'll link my full reaction to this trade in the description, but bottom line, it gets them closer. The Rockets get an F. Houston sold off PJ Tucker and Victor Oladipo for nothing. But the big mistake they made was choosing Oladipo over Karis LeVert or Jarrett Allen in the James Harden trade. They could have had either of those guys. Houston's front office made the idiot mistake of thinking Vic would have more trade value. Well, they were wrong. Karis or Jarrett Allen would have gotten more or been great to build with. The Clippers get a B. Rajon Rondo was the best option outside of Kyle Lowry at point guard. I know Lonzo Ball is younger, but playoff Rondo is real. Lonzo has 0 playoff experience. The Clippers lose Lou Williams, but he sucks in the postseason. The Clippers are top-level championship contenders if healthy. The Atlanta Hawks actually get an A, because I am glad they didn't trade John Collins. If he is happy in Atlanta, they should work out a deal. He is talented and on their timeline. Swapping Rajon Rondo for Lou Will and second rounders was smart. Now they have to hope Bogdan Bogdanovic stays quiet about coming off the bench. They don't need any more drama. The Lakers get a C+. It's not an F or anything because they didn't have to make a deal, but this team could have had Kyle Lowry. All they had to include was Talen Horton-Tucker and 2 vets. Forget about THT for the future. This is a win-now team with the best player alive. Reports said LA was willing to give Dennis Schroeder, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, but not Horton-Tucker. Lowry should be a Laker. The Raptors get a D. They don't take offers that included Tyrese Maxey from Philly, Duncan Robinson from Miami. The Raps need to restock, and Lowry is 35 years old. This will set Toronto back. They could still sign and trade him in the summer, but the offers will be less. Flipping Norman Powell for Gary Trent is an upgrade, but not enough. The Sixers get a B. Kyle Lowry would have put Philly up there with the Nets, but maybe they're already that good. This team was in first place before Joel Embiid got hurt, and they did get George Hill. Daryl Morey thought James Harden cost too much. Same with Lowry. Sixers fans hope he's right. New Orleans gets an A. I am so glad that they kept Lonzo Ball. I really like how he's played recently and his fit with Zion Williamson. There was actually a rumor that New Orleans only put Zoe out there to gauge teams' interest when he's a free agent. Now they know teams don't really want him, so they can lowball Zoe in free agency. That's cold. So is sending JJ Redick to Dallas when he wanted to go up north, but it's smart. The Miami Heat get an A+. They add Victor Oladipo and Nemanja Bjelica for very little. Huge win. The Raps wanted Tyler Hero for Lowry. That was insane. Glad they didn't do it. Vic, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo are great starters. Their youth is great depth. Bjelica, a really good stretch 4 they needed without Jay Crowder. I am a big believer in the Heat. So hey, the deadline was actually kind of exciting, and believe me, I hope I'm wrong. It would be awesome if this was a rare year where the deadline actually makes a big difference. So guys, let's look past the deadline and the playoffs, even the finals, to the draft. I've gotten requests for an NBA mock draft. We did them last year. It was a lot of fun. So 2021 mock draft 1.0 is right here.